Hey, Michael here. I'm one of the co-pastors at Bayside Adventure, and I just wanted to share a thought that I had some months back. A few months back, I started singing the song that we all have been singing. Has become one of our favorite songs, Waymaker. And it talks about the attributes of God. He's a waymaker, a miracle worker, a promise keeper, and a light in the darkness. And I gotta be honest, when I would sing the song, it was so inspirational, so inspiring, I just, would lean into it. But then I started asking this question. I know there are a ton of times I feel like God hasn't kept his promise with me. Meaning, I've prayed, I've asked for something, and it didn't go the way I planned. Maybe that's you. Maybe there's something that you're praying for, and it didn't turn out the way you hoped it would. Maybe you're asking God for something, some resolution in a relationship, in your finances, maybe in your marriage, maybe with a son or a daughter, and you're saying, God, I'm asking, and it seems like either you're not answering, you're not keeping your promise, or the answer wasn't something that I wanted to hear. How can those things be true? How can he be a promise keeper and a miracle worker when we don't get the answer that we're looking for? God took me to Christ's story, to Jesus' story himself. Jesus was in the garden, and you know what he did? He prayed a prayer and asked his Father for an answer. He said, if there's any other way for this to happen, in other words, if we can save humanity without me having to go through this, could we just do it that way? And here's what's interesting. God's answer to his own son was no. It has to go like this. I know you're asking me, you're praying, you're asking for a different response, but the answer is no. And here's why. Because God's no to his own son was his yes to us. In other words, Jesus had to go through what he had to go through because the biggest thing that God wants to do in our life is not answer all of our prayers. The biggest thing is he wants us to have a deep, intimate relationship with Christ. So what God challenged me to do, and what I want to challenge you to do, if there's a gap in your prayer life, if there's something that you seem like God is not showing up, he's not keeping his promise, or the answer seems like it's no, just remember, he wants us to put the relationship first. Today, put Christ's relationship first. Just talk to him. Man, I'm going through this challenge. It's difficult. Put his relationship first, and in that relationship, you'll find peace, you'll find strength, you'll find courage, and you'll realize that he is a light in the darkness.